Hello all. We had learned about half bridge voltage source inverter in the previous lecture. Today we will be talking about full bridge single phase voltage source inverters. We had already discussed that in case of full bridge voltage source inverters, there will be two legs of power switches, each containing two switches each. Figure 2.5 here shows the power topology of a full bridge voltage source inverter. This inverter is similar to the half bridge inverter, other than that a second leg provides the neutral point to the load. As in the half bridge inverter, both switches Q1 and Q4 or Q2 and Q3 in a single leg cannot be on simultaneously because a short circuit across DC link voltage source V would be occurred. You can see the circuit diagram here. There are four switches Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4. Q1 and Q2 are two switches in the same leg. Similarly, Q3 and Q4 are two switches in the same leg. So according to the above description, only one switch in a particular link can be on at any particular time. Otherwise, the link DC source would be short circuited. So at any point of time, Q1 and Q2 cannot be switched on simultaneously, and similarly Q3 and Q4 cannot be turned on simultaneously. You can see how the load is connected between the points A and B. There are two capacitors in the same way as it was in the case of half bridge inverter. In a full bridge inverter, there are four defined states. We had two states in case of a half bridge inverter. Here we have four defined states, state 1, 2, 3 and 4. The undefined condition should be avoided so as to be always capable of defining AC output voltage. It can be observed that AC output voltage can acquire values up to the DC link value VDC, which is twice that obtained with half bridge voltage source inverter topologies. Output voltage, which is denoted as VAB, is taken from the load. So in case of a full bridge voltage source inverter, the maximum AC output voltage that we can obtain is VAB is equal to VDC. In case of a half bridge inverter, the load voltage at the output was could have a maximum value of up to VDC by 2, but in this case it is VDC. Switching states and output voltage of single phase inverter when it is working in full bridge operation. You can say that there are four different switching states, state 1, 2, 3 and 4. In state 1, transistors Q1 and Q4 are on. Here you can see that Q1 and Q4 belongs to two different legs of the power circuit. When Q1 and Q4 are on, output voltage at VAO will be VDC by 2. Voltage across VBO will be minus VDC by 2. And total voltage appearing across VAB will be VAO minus VBO, that is equal to VDC. Where VAO is the voltage at point A with respect to ground or neutral, and VBO is the voltage at point VB or point B with respect to neutral. When transistors Q2 and Q3 are on, minus VDC by 2 appears across VAO and VDC by 2 appears at VBO, and the total voltage will be minus VDC. When Q1 and Q3 are on, can see the situation when Q1 and Q3 are on. Q1 and Q3 belongs to different legs, so that means again Q1 and Q2 does not turn on simultaneously and Q3 and Q4 does not turn on simultaneously. This condition is defined as undefined condition, and that should be avoided in any case. So here in third switching state, Q1 and Q3 are on. VDC by 2 appears across VAO, VDC by 2 appears across VBO, so the total voltage appearing across VAB will be 0. And in the state 4, Q2 and Q4 are on. At points A and B, minus VDC by 2 voltage will appear, and the net effective voltage across VAB will be 0. The single phase full bridge circuit shown in 2.5 is similar to that of two half bridge circuits sharing the same DC bus. The full bridge circuit has two pole voltages VAO and VBO, which are similar to the pole voltage of the half bridge circuit. Both VAO and VBO of the full bridge circuit are square waves, but they will have some phase difference. Respective pole voltages are determined using Thevenin's analysis. So if you analyze different states or different switching states individually, you can understand that in state 1, power switches Q1 and Q4 are in conduction mode, remaining switches are off. You can see the path of conduction which is marked here. So it passes through the capacitor 1 which has voltage V1 equal to VDC by 2 across it. So the current travels from capacitor 1 through transistor Q1, then to load, and then through transistor Q4, and then back to capacitor V2. This is the conduction path in switching state V1. Total voltage appearing across the load will be VAB equal to VAO minus VBO, which is equal to VDC. State 2, switches Q2 and Q3 are in conduction mode. Now the current conduction path will be from capacitor 1 through switch Q3, through load, through switch Q2, and back through the capacitor 2. In state 3, switches Q1 and Q3 are in conduction mode and the remaining switches are in off condition. Pole voltages VA and B are measured from the load and output voltage is determined by VAB equal to VAO minus VBO equal to 0. So net voltage appearing across the load will be 0 in this case. In state 4, Q2 and Q4 are in conduction mode. Remaining switches are off. You can see the current conduction path. So the current flows among the transistors Q2, load, and Q4. Here also the net voltage appearing across the load will be VAB minus VAO equal to VAO minus VBO equal to 0. Now we'll see the output waveform for the full bridge voltage source inverters. In this case, it indicates the representation of two pole voltages and load voltage waveforms of a full bridge single phase inverter. During the time period 0 to T, switches Q1 and Q4 are on and pole voltages are measured as VAO equal to VDC by 2, VBO equal to minus VDC by 2. If you need to see the waveform, you can see it here clearly. So in the interval 0 to small t is T by 4. So you have 4 different switching states, right? So the total time period will be T, or the total time cycle will be T, and you have 4 different switching states. So T by 4 will be the first quadrant of operation. So small t will be equal to capital T upon 4, or 1/4 of the total time cycle. So in the interval 0 to small t, you can see that the value of VAO will be VDC by 2 and value of VBO will be minus VDC by 2, and the total voltage appearing across VAB will be double the value across VAO or VBO, that is equal to VDC in total. You can see that in this quadrant the switches Q1 and Q4 are on. Now if you see the second quadrant, that is small t to capital T by 2, you can see that switches Q1 and Q3 are on. The net voltage will be VDC by 2 minus VDC by 2, which is equal to 0. The output voltage will be 0. Again in the next state, you can see that transistors Q2 and Q3 will be conducting from and the total voltage appearing across the load will be minus VDC, and this continues. So this is the working of a full bridge single phase voltage source inverter. Thank you.